It all began on a morning that felt just like any other morning. The sun was coming through the window, and everything felt quiet and safe. There was nothing at all to suggest that my world was about to change. I was just sitting there, taking a slow sip of my coffee, when my phone suddenly buzzed on the wooden table. It was a message from my wife, Rachel. She said she was heading out to have a quick cup of coffee with a friend. At first, those words didn't feel strange. We had been married for a long time. Her having plans like that had never bothered me before. But for some reason, the way she said it this time fell off. It was like a tiny, cold feeling started to grow in my chest. It was a small doubt I had been trying to push away, but now I just couldn't ignore it. I sat there staring at the phone screen. Suddenly, all those little things I had tried to ignore came back. I thought about the many nights she came home late with reasons that didn't make sense. I remembered the way she would smile at her phone when she thought I wasn't looking. But as soon as I walked in, she would hide the phone. When I would ask her where she had been, her answers always felt fuzzy, like she was leaving out the important parts. I could feel my hands trembling just a little bit as I set my coffee cup down on the table. The house was so quiet that I could hear the clock ticking on the wall. Each tick sounded like it was counting down to a moment I was not ready for. Instead of getting angry or calling her up to ask a bunch of nervous, shaky questions, I decided to do something different. I took a deep breath to steady my hands and sent one very specific message back to her. My heart was pounding, but my fingers were still. I typed out these exact words. Asked him how his wife liked the photos I just sent her. As soon as I hit that send button, the silence from her end was so loud it felt like it filled the whole house. I sat there and watched the screen. I saw the little gray bubbles appear, showing that she was typing something. They would dance for a second, then they would disappear. Then they would come back again, and then go away once more. It was so obvious that she was struggling to find the right words to say. She was likely looking for a way to change the subject, or hoping with all her heart that I was just making a silly joke. She might have even expected me to get mad, or show that I was feeling jealous and hurt. But I stayed firm and quiet. My message was like a clear mirror. It reflected all the worries and the heavy feelings that had been building up inside me for weeks and weeks. Before we go any further with the story of what happened when she finally came home, I would truly love to know where you are joining us from today. Are you sitting in your kitchen, or maybe taking a walk outside? Please feel free to share your location with us in the space below. We love hearing from people all over the world. If you feel like these stories about real life and the hard things we all face speak to your heart, we would be so very happy to have you stay with our group of caring friends. By staying with us, you can hear more of these life lessons as we share them with each other in a kind and supportive way. It is always better when we walk through these things together. It is so helpful to know that you are not alone when you face these kinds of big life questions. We are here to support each other and learn how to be better every single day. Your presence here makes our group stronger and more full of love. A few hours went by. The house felt very still while I waited. Finally, Rachel came back home from her coffee meeting. She walked through the front door and tried her best to look just as relaxed and happy as she did when she left earlier that morning. She used a very light, cheerful voice to tell me that she had just had a quick talk with a man named Kyle. I didn't smile back at her, and I didn't act like everything was fine or normal. I didn't want to play that game anymore. Instead, I simply held up my phone so she could see the messages we had sent to each other earlier that day. I looked at her and asked very calmly, "So, what do you have to say about those pictures?" As soon as those words left my mouth, her whole face changed. It was like watching a mask fall off. All that fake confidence she had carried through the door just a moment ago completely vanished. She looked very small and unsure of herself. She tried to ask me what I was talking about, acting confused, but I could hear her voice shaking just a little bit at the edges. I kept my own voice very steady and looked her right in the eyes, not turning away for even a second. I told her I was talking about the pictures she had sent him the week before, the ones she thought I would never see. I asked her again if she had remembered to ask him how his wife felt about them. For a long, painful moment, she didn't say a single word. Her eyes got very wide as the reality hit her. She realized in that moment that I knew much more than she ever thought I did. That long pause, and the fact that she couldn't come up with an answer right away, told me everything I needed to know. The morning coffee and all those messages she claimed were just friendly weren't innocent at all. They were part of something else. I told her quietly that she probably thought I would never find out. I had noticed the hidden messages and the way she kept secrets. I couldn't look away anymore. Her hands started to shake. She always counted on me to believe her, but I had reached my limit. I didn't yell. I let the truth sit there between us. She sat on the couch and covered her face. She said she didn't think I would notice. I told her I noticed every text and every vague answer. It was a clear pattern. She looked up, and the secrets were finally gone. I just wanted to be real. There are lines you can't cross, and she had crossed them. I put my phone down. The proof was right there. Because I was calm, she couldn't trick me. She saw a man who knew the truth. The lies were over because of one simple question. The silence was very hard. For me, everything changed. I brought secrets into the light without making a scene. I just stood firm in the truth. From that day on, things had to be different. No more secrets. We had to move forward with total honesty and real respect. No more guessing. I had drawn a clear line by holding her actions up to the light for us both to see clearly and with honest eyes.